If I stay, Grandma Lily, I would only be in your way. Kadoosh. And I will always. Oh no? We're not doing that one yet? It's not ready? So which one are we working on? Oh, that one. Okay. All right. For you Team Tim followers, heavy followers, I see your comments. I see you guys filling up those comments. I hear you. Okay. Your comments are not going unnoticed. Okay. Your emails are not going unanswered. I notice what you guys are saying. And I see it, I hear it. A lot of you guys are like, you supposed to be captain of Team Tim. But every time I turn around, it seems like you drag and you trying to drag. You said you wasn't gonna let nobody bash. You wasn't gonna let nobody troll Tim. Every time I turn around, it seems like you the one that's dragging him. I hear it. I hear the comments. Okay, that is my coach. It's just sometimes he makes it hard on me. He makes it hard on me sometimes. But I do hear what you guys are saying. Last video, I tried to give some type of recognition for Grandma Lily. And I do understand how you guys feel. You guys are saying, well, what about Tim? He need love too. Well, sure, he get a lot of gifts from us. Sure, he get a lot of tips from us, but he need love too. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Some of you guys are like, well, you got to decide. Okay, either you're going to be on Team Mom or you're going to be on Team Tim. You got to decide. Okay, you can't be the captain and go both ways. And I'm like, all right. Good point. Good point. Only thing is I'm not ready to decide yet. I feel that there's plenty of love to go around. We got to remember that God is love. And therefore, if it's all about God, then there should be a whole bunch of love to go around. And so I think that I can go ahead and maintain my position as captain of Team Tim while also being on Team Mom, which includes Megan and Grandma Lily. But I'll give a real quick blurb for Tim, for my coach, Tim. I'll do that for you guys. All right, yeah, I got the lyrics. I got the lyrics right here. All right, hold on. All right, turn that down. All right, bring up the bass. All right, I got the lyrics right here. Let's give it a shot. One take. You ready? I decided long ago grifting was better than working a real job. I went to jail, but I was freed. Then I concocted IAG. Y'all donate all these tips and gifts, but I won't give a dime to my community. Because the greatest grift of all is happening with me. I found the greatest grift of all inside IAG. The greatest grift of all was easy to achieve. Profiting off faith base is the greatest grift of all. There. Happy now? That goes out to my coach, y'all's pastor, Tim. But I digress. In this video, I'm going to be providing my reaction to a recent IAG Farms video where they were talking about shifting from nonprofit to for-profit. And the video was from a few months back. The reason why I went back is because Tim has been talking recently about having the same goals. Okay, not necessarily achieving those goals, but having having the same goals. It's like, you know, when you have things in the freezer, it's not that you're going to cook them anytime in the near future. It's not like you're going to eat it anytime soon, but it's in the freezer. That food is in the freezer. It's there whenever you decide to thaw it out and put it to use again. And so Coach Tim has been talking about his goals and how they still have the same goals. And so I was starting to think, I was like, well, what were their goals? Okay, let me go back a little bit and see what their goals were or what their goal was. And so I went back a few months and I saw this video. I watched this video where they were talking about shifting from being a nonprofit to a profit. And they were providing explanation for that. And here goes.
Now, most people say another day, another dollar. We say another day, another feed run.
Exactly. You know, I feel like this is a shifting of a season.
Yes, it is.
Our last non-profit feed run.
That's right.
Let that sink in.
I know, right?
I guess it's a good time to kind of talk about why we're dissolving our non-profit. Kind of talk about some of the things we've been through and, you know, the seasons and even way back to the city and how it kind of showed us that being a non-profit wasn't just what it seemed to be, which is being a non-profit is a good thing.
Right.
But there are some things that we went through that kind of lead us to want to kind of take the government out of our business.
All right. So in the video, eventually later on in the video, Megan gets around to discussing why they're shifting to become a for-profit business. They talk about the fact that they had difficulty in getting certain exemptions within their city. They talked about how they held worship service outdoors. They talked about how they were doing some prayer or worship activities at a particular house. And evidently they requested ownership of that house. I guess it was a house that was maybe a bit run down, or maybe it was an abandoned house. But somehow they requested a deed for that. And their request got denied. Shockingly, they were not given the deed. And Megan and or Tim, they felt slighted by the fact that they were not granted that deed to that house that the city owned. And they felt that there was careless consideration with regard to issues such as that.
Yeah, we've, I guess you could call it some adversity that we faced regarding our nonprofit. When we were in the city doing city ministry, there were several exemptions, programs, things that we applied for where, you know, I would say we got denied, but we weren't initially denied, or we shouldn't have gotten denied. But because of the way things worked, I guess the corruption with the government, we were never actually given the exemption that we were due. We were supposed to be given tax exemption for our property taxes. On the lot, we called it Beautiful, that we prayed at every single Thursday. It was like basically like our church grounds, you know. That was the spot where we met, where we worshiped, where we prayed, and it was strategic. We worshiped there because it was formerly a vacant lot in the city that we were turning into something beautiful. We were turning it into a place of worship. But when we went to apply for our exemption, which we were due, we were actually denied. So that was one thing. Then we, you know, went through and got a house that was in our neighborhood in order to have it owned by a nonprofit and do something for the community there. We actually got approved, but then they never went through the whole process. We called them over and over and over again, and they would never issue us the deed.
They talk about how they are still, even though they are for profit, they are still a faith-based business. I'm not sure if that's something similar to Chick-fil-A, how Chick-fil-A recognizes Sundays and they shut down on Sundays because they have faith underlying the ethics of their corporation. So I'm not sure if IAG Farms is something similar to that, but he says, well, we're still a faith-based business. And as such, you guys, rather than donating as you would to a nonprofit and having those donations be things that you can write off, you guys that still want to sow into our faith-based business, similar to how you sow into Chick-fil-A when you go in there and you buy those finger-licking chicken sandwiches and you buy those waffle fries, similar to how you guys stow into Chick-fil-A. You guys that want to stow, you can stow into, continue to stow into IAG Farms. Rather than donating, now you can stow. We know that people don't like to have their blessings blocked. And so generally donations come from a certain place in our heart. And some of us have a selfless heart, and we desire to help the less fortunate. And oddly enough, shifting from not-for-profit to profit means that now you faithful gifters, I guess you wouldn't be donors anymore. You'd be faithful gifters. You gave faithful gifters. I guess now you guys will be stowing into Tim. And if you stow into Tim, then somehow your blessings wouldn't get blocked. Somehow, I'm not sure how that works. But with them being for profit, that means whatever you guys send them, it's for their consumption. It's not for the community. It's not for the church. It's not for the ministry. It's for their consumption. And they indicated that just as in the past, they provided you guys with Cash App links and PayPal links and I guess email and post office box addresses, etc. And so that you guys can continue. It's not a donation anymore. It's a gift.
It's still IAG.
That's
you know,
right.
it's still all about God.
It's not all about money. It's not all about profit.
Come on.
What profit is it to a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul?
That's it.
So we know where our real profit is
That's
at. And
right.
our real profit is in God, is in his kingdom.
That's right.
So it's a blessing. But you may have noticed that we changed our description box on the IAG Farm channel.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have because we've always had from you all's you all wanted to donate towards what we were doing.
Right.
So we put a Cash App there and a PayPal and just all those type things. And we're dissolving our nonprofit, you know, and in the past you've been able to write off the donations and the contributions that you all have given us through Cash App and PayPal.
That's right.
But now we're going towards, like I said, LLC. And so we're putting everything under the Resurrection Ranch LLC. Since we already have that LLC
Right.
established, we've just established that once we started the Resurrection Ranch YouTube channel. But we'll just put it all up under the same thing for now. And later on, we may start an IAG Farms LLC. But
Yeah.
for right now, because IAG Farms was always a 501c3. And
Right.
yeah, but anyway, like I say, there are a few changes
Under that
as far as
umbrella.
contributions. You can still give. Like I say, we don't want to block your blessings. You all wanted to donate towards what we're doing,
Right.
so we put a Cash App there and a PayPal. Cash App there and a PayPal.
Tim said, well, you can think of it as a tip. Say, we're providing a service for you guys. We're not providing a service for the community. We're providing a service for you guys. And if you like the service, you guys can tip us. Just recognize that just like a waitress, when she stuffs those dollar bills into her apron or into her pocket, just like that waitress at the restaurant.
These just won't be tax deductible. You know, a lot of people not even worried about that no way.
Yeah, or deducting, yeah.
Exactly, right. You're just doing it out of the goodness of your heart. But I just want to let y'all know that things are changing as far as, you know, the contributions. They'll no longer be considered donations, but now they'll be just considered like a tip.
Tips or gifts.
Or gifts. You think about a waitress in a restaurant. That's what we are.
Yeah. So
we're here to serve you encouragement, serve you this entertaining content.
Yeah.
And you can tip us if you would like.
I'm tucking it away. Tucking it away where the IRS can't see it, because he said we don't want the IRS in our business. But that's my coach. They talk about they don't want the IRS in their business, but when you talk about nonprofits, that really is accountability. If you're not for profit, they want to make sure that whatever you have coming in, whatever donations you're drawing, whether you're drawing grants or what have you, that the majority or a certain percentage of that has to be going out to the community, has to be going out for works. And that's called accountability. That's not called them being in your business.
We just want to make that clear, y'all, so y'all know.
Trying to keep the IRS out of our business. The IRS ain't got no business being in my business. No, I'm just talking. I'm just talking to IRS. You can be all in my business. Just I'm gonna pay whatever percentage you want me to pay.
If you have a nonprofit, it should be going to the community. It should be going to the parishioners, to the congregation, to the less fortunate. That's not being in the business. That's the way it is. And so clearly, if that was not your intent, then I understand why you would have a problem with the IRS wanting accountability, just like with every other nonprofit. Now, I do have to give my coach, your king, y'all's pastor, credit, because that was real smooth to shift over from a nonprofit to a profit and a profitable LLC. I admire the way that you built up your supporters and your followers in that faith-based nonprofit lane, and how you so smoothly just shifted over to for-profit. And now you can tuck those ducats in your apron and keep on moving. That's my coach. All right, well, that's it for my reaction to that IAG video about moving from nonprofit to a profit-based company. Faith-based or profit-based? I think it was profit-based. That's my reaction to the video about moving to a profit-based company. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Chop it up in the comments. Tim, I shouldn't call you guys worshipers. You Tim Bits, load up those comments as usual. Always enjoy what you guys have to say. Remember, these gates are open. Chop it up. Thank you for the subscribers thus far. For the rest of you viewers, please consider subscribing so that we can continue to shine that light. Until next time.